Have you read this one? Profit First for Therapists. It's a book about money. And when they say therapist, or when Julie, the author, says therapist, she essentially means every health professional of every discipline under the sun. This is one of those books that we all need on our bookshelf, that we all need to be referring to all year, every year, until this stuff is so innate in us that we've forgotten what life was like without it. Now, you might be thinking, why do I need to learn any more stuff about money? Because that's kind of my reaction. And then I started reading this book and went, I've still got so much to learn. And then as a coach who has been coaching health professionals for over 10 years now, I know how much the money stuff gets in the way of us being able to execute the work that we want to do and how we want to turn up in the world. So there's a lot of resources around that help us deal with our money attitudes, with the trauma of money, with the trauma of lack. We're very good at speaking into this and intellectualizing it, but what I don't see happening is where the rubber hits the road and where people actually go about making significant change. And you can start to make significant change in this book and all the other resources that Julie, who is not a therapist, she's actually an accountant who gets the money mindset stuff that health professionals turn up with. For example, I opened it up to chapter 1 and thought, let's see what I'm going to learn here today. The first thing that stands out for me is your clients need your practice to be profitable. We often think that money and clients are things that we can't talk about in the same sentence, especially talking to clients about money, especially talking to clients about how they need to pay us money. And then we read, our clients need our practice to be profitable. Yeah, they do. But there's a whole chapter dedicated to that. So we need to be learning about why our scarcity mindset and our welfare mindset and all of that other stuff is not helping us help people heal. And then I flicked through to chapter 6. And that's a whole chapter dedicated to the emotional journey of the Profit First method. And I'm like, oh, hells yeah, there's an emotional journey here. Because when we talk about money, when I'm coaching clients about money, I get tears, I get anguish, I get anger, I get frustration until we get to a place of peace. And it's when we integrate all those emotions and all of that history and all of those voices in our head that we start to make really significant change. But Julie in her book brings out 5 emotional phases. And the first one is excitement. Everybody gets excited. I'm going to learn something new. It's going to be the new shiny thing that brings me to my $1 million practice or makes me financially free. Followed quickly by resistance. I don't want to have to do that stuff. Followed by overwhelm. Oh my Lord, there is so much stuff I've got to let go of, relearn, understand, reinterpret. But it doesn't have to be hard. The reason why we as health professionals think money is hard is because we don't push through this overwhelm bit. We get overwhelmed because we're listening to too many voices and we're not just focusing on one thing. So overwhelm then hits this aha moment, which is usually when you go, it's actually not that hard. I got through a higher education degree. I can actually manage the finances in my business. And then we move on to acceptance and delight, which really is delightful. So I have no concerns about poor cash flow months. I don't freak out about not being able to make wages. Because I've created my business in such a way that I know that it serves me, but I also know how the money works in my business. And that's not all about keeping it so tightly wound up. It's about me having freedom to use my cash as a flow. So if you want to learn more about this incredible method and this way this will actually help you on your way to financial freedom, then join us at the 2023 International Future Proofing Health Professionals Symposium, where Julie will take center stage and will be talking to us about this method and how we can make significant change immediately. You can find a link in a bio, in a comment, or you can send me a direct message and I can get you hooked up with tickets. Go forth, be awesome. I'll talk to you soon.